Set 3. So somebody who worked well in one industry, then moved to another industry, performed really well in a small team, was given a large team, and a larger territory, but after a while there are complaints against her along with a dip in her performance. So question number 9, which of the following, if true, will most weaken Anita's claims? So this time around, Anita has filed a harassment and discrimination complaint at her new department. Okay, so let's see. So A, the harassment complaint was filed a day after Anita's supervisor had a meeting with her about the complaints against her. So this is not an ethical strategy, but somebody may engage in it in order to deflect the attention from the complaints against her. This can be a ruse, right? So this does weaken. This gives her a reason to complain where even when she is not actually harassed. B, there are 3 more women in the team and they have reiterated the gender neutral work culture of the company. So 2 things. Number 1, the assumption here is that if a company is gender neutral, there cannot be harassment against a woman. This does weaken the discrimination part, but it does not weaken the harassment part of her complaint. Additionally, whatever has been true in the past may not necessarily be true now. After all, as Einstein famously said, truth is a function of time, or as they say in these mutual fund advertisements, remember, past performance is not a guarantee of the future returns. So it may have been gender neutral, but what about right now? So it does not necessarily weaken, definitely not the harassment part. So A scores over B anyway, so we can eliminate B. C, the female members of the team also complained about Anita's boorish attitude at team meetings. Okay, rude behavior. But how does that help us weaken the present argument? It just tells us she's rude. In her previous company, Anita was cautioned against making frivolous complaints to counter allegations against her. Okay, now D suggests that she has used a similar tactic in the past, where when there were complaints against her, she filed counter complaints. But that does not automatically mean that her present complaint is baseless. Moreover, if I compare D with A, you notice A tells us that there are complaints against her and it was discussed with her. D does not make it very explicit. The case does, but the option per se does not make it very explicit. And moreover, as I already stated, it has happened in the past. It does not necessarily or automatically imply that it will happen in the present as well, whereas A does talk about something from the present. So A seems better. E, Pratik and Deepak have a dubious record in gender discrimination complaints. Well, this is irrelevant to the argument. We are talking about Anita's allegations and not Pratik and Deepak's allegations here. So goes outside the scope of the argument. We can rule it out. So the best answer for us here is option